All right, everybody take your seats,
Bill?
quiet down. All right. Public meeting statement. Pursuant with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been published in the Burlington County Times and the Courier Post on the 18th day of January 2026 and the Pine Barrens Tribune on the 16th day of January 2026. Additionally posted on the official bulletin board of the Township of Pemberton on the 12th day of January 2026. Those wishing to be notified of changes to the meeting schedule were notified via email or regular mail. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Dewey,
Here.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Here.
Mr. Ward,
Here.
Mr. Doyle,
Here.
Mr. Harper.
Here. All right. Mayor, do you have something? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was still happening. Sorry about that.
Good evening, everybody. So, a few weeks ago, in a medical emergency in Detroit, one of our employees had a situation and was sent. Acted quickly, attended to the employee that was down, and gave him some medical attention until the ambulance arrived. Chris here is a Marine. The skills you learn as a Marine, employ those skills, maybe this employee that was not in a medical situation, help him safely until the ambulance got here, make sure got the ambulance safely, and got the appropriate medical treatment. Real quick, recognition of outstanding contributions and dedication to Pemberton Township, pointed bravery, compassion, and determination, recognition of strength, safety of this team member during a difficult situation. We express our deep gratitude and admiration for these efforts. It's not by myself and Council President Mr. Thank you for
Thank you, Mayor. All right. At this time, we do have some businesses we need to attend to via closed session. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion for closed session.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, we'll try to make this as quick as possible. Mayor, BA, join us, please.
well, maybe they teach differently. And the kind of justify with results. What has he done to improve the situation? And after looking at some of the numbers, where are and I they haven't improved much by way of standing in the state stats. Why is this even then? That's what I. If this is what we're getting, why is it justified? And listening. And now they're asking, it's coming right out of their operating budget, and it's just so. And if that's the case, then my
Somebody like Jerry Schmidt. I remember him.
I can't remember which one it was up on the radio. It was up on that. What's right with the buses on that? Up there. All right. It was like but for some reason. Well, we also have to that's I mean that junction emerged. And I looked at stats from some of the numbers. And there's not
So I guess back to. I don't know. I think it has a number. And I texted you when I was at the bus. He's gonna send it on an email. See what happens then. That's got him.
All right, call the meeting back to order. So no formal action will be made from the closed session. Right now we'll move on to public comment. Council's intention is to preserve the level of respect, courtesy, and civility required to successfully conduct public business. In this regard, the council should be addressed during public participation as a collective body and not individual members. In order to respect the speaker's time, council members will not engage in a dialogue or debate with the speaker. However, council members should feel free to ask the speaker a question or questions once recognized by council president for the purpose of clarification. Council members can offer comments on a speaker's remarks once the speaker has concluded his or her comments in their allotted 5-minute time frame. Who would like to be the first one up for public comment? Good evening, Marty.
Good evening. Good evening, Mayor, members of Town Council, everyone here tonight, and everyone watching. My name is Marty Grafwenger, and I am the president of Browns Mills Improvement Association. I'd like to start talking about phase 1 of our Triangle Beautification Project. We had a very dedicated group of volunteers come out, and I want to be very clear about something. The people who showed up worked very incredibly hard. They gave their time, their energy, and their effort on a Sunday to improve a piece of property that belongs to all of us. Could we have used more hands? Absolutely. And I'll say it plainly, there's always room for more people to show up. But the people who do show up, the ones who consistently come out and do the work, they are the heart of this community, and we are so grateful for them. A special thank you to Department of Public Works and especially to Bob, who worked right alongside of us all day. We truly appreciate the support, the gravel, and the mulch. It made a huge difference. And special thank you to our good friend Louise, who brought a front end loader. We were able to accomplish a tremendous amount in a short period of time. And if you've ever thought about getting involved, this is your invitation, because phase 2, the planting portion, will take place on Sunday, May 31st at 11 a.m. And we're inviting the entire community to come out and be a part of it. This is your town and your space, and together we are making it beautiful. And we're not stopping there. We have identified additional areas throughout Browns Mills for future beautification projects. We'll be out there all summer long, so keep an eye out. We might be coming to your neighborhood next. Now, on to some exciting news. This Saturday at 5 p.m. is our That's Amore Italian dinner, and I want to stress what a great opportunity it is for our community, and it's only $10 per person, and kids under 10 eat free. You'll enjoy food from local Italian restaurants, live music, and our always popular door prize baskets. I do have tickets with me tonight, and I will tell you we are very close to being sold out. I only have a few tickets left, and tonight is the last night I'm selling tickets to this. Then on June 5th at 7 p.m., we're hosting our 1960s dance party, so come dressed in your best 1960s style, enjoy great music, free food, and a fantastic time with friends old and new. On June 28th at 2 p.m., we'll hold our BMIA Recognition of Excellence Luncheon. This is my favorite event of the year. If you are a BMIA member in good standing and you have a child or grandchild graduating preschool, 8th grade, or high school, we have a gift for them. No applications, no essays, no GPA requirements. We celebrate our members, and membership has its privileges. So please make sure to let me know so we can recognize your graduate properly. And speaking of that weekend, our Water Carnival and Parade is June 27th, and as always, BMIA will be there with the float, and of course, we intend to win. We are always looking for some real competition this year. I will say this, there's been a lot of interest in floats lately, and I have a feeling this year's parade is going to be one of the best yet. And if you are part of an organization, a business, or considering a run for office, there is no better way to connect with this community than to show up, participate, and be part of something that brings people together. This is our town's marquee event, and it's a very powerful way to show that you are invested in the people of Browns Mills. And finally, on Tuesday, May 19th at 6 p.m., the BMIA will be hosting an important community event on human trafficking awareness at our building on 40 Arbutus Street in partnership with the In His Image Justice Coalition and our police department. We will be providing light refreshments, and we encourage everyone to attend. This is not just another event. This is about awareness, education, and responsibility. Human trafficking is a really real and very serious issue. It does not just happen somewhere else. It happens in communities like ours, and too often it affects the most vulnerable, especially women and children. These individuals who may be controlled, manipulated, and afraid to ask for help, and at many times the signs are there, but we don't recognize them, and that's why this event matters. This is also something that is very important to me personally through my work with the Seroptimus International of Rancocas Valley. For those who may not be familiar, the Seroptimus is a global volunteer organization focused on improving the lives of women and girls through education, empowerment, and support. It's a group of people who come together with one goal, and that is to make life better for women and girls in our communities and around the world. It's also another wonderful way to get involved, give back, and truly make a difference. If you've ever wanted to be something bigger than yourself, this is it. The work we do through Seroptimus and the work we do through BMIA go hand in hand because both are about lifting people up, protecting those who are vulnerable, and building a stronger, safer community. We all need to know what to look for. We all need to understand how to respond safely and appropriately if we believe someone may be in trouble. So we need to be the kind of community that doesn't look the other way, because being a strong community means to look out for one another. It means to be paying attention. It means to be speaking up and getting help when something doesn't feel right. It means caring enough to act responsibly. We cannot assume someone else will do it. It has to be all of us. At the BMIA, everything we do comes back to one simple idea: neighbors helping neighbors. We are building something special here, and I'm very proud to be part of it. And thank you, and have a good night.
Good evening, council members, mayor, administration, and department heads. My name is Millie Tuches, and I live at 23 Leland Street. And it's an honor to be up here and to be able to bring some questions, because I always like to ask questions that I might already have the answer to, but sometimes other residents don't have the answers or they don't have the full explanation. So I want to start with resolution, and I'm not going to go through every single one of them, just so you know. Just so you know. 149-2056 authorizes a change order. I would like to know what that change is. The other thing I want to ask about is the tax abatement. 14-2026, and not so much about that, but about the sunset the sunset provision date. Can someone please explain to us what exactly that is and why you're changing it? I think it's good. I mean, I know what it is, but I think the residents need to understand what that is. So the sunset date, what the sunset provision date, because that changes some things. And why are we doing that? Why are we removing it? Because removing that, it matters. Resolution 153-155, canceling multiple grants. Can administration explain why multiple grants are being canceled at the same time at this meeting? What happened? Were they deadlines that were missed or conditions that were unmet? How much outside funding, if any, is being forfeited? And what corrective actions are being taken to ensure future grant opportunities are not lost? Okay. The water infrastructure spending for the Fort Dix water rehab. I understand that's 156-2026. I understand that is, and I'm going to direct this to Candace because I know she has the most information about this. I believe this might be the last phase, and I know the dollar figure for this it blew my mind when I saw it. It's $500,000 plus. So if I would like Candace to explain how we got there. I know that the amount that was anticipated was actually higher, it was like something like $1.2 million. But so if Candace could just explain to us how we got there, and that this money isn't in addition to what's already been budgeted for. So, just to give us an explanation, because it's a lot of money. And when we see that, we're already saying the township is spending so much money and now we're spending more. So, if we could have an explanation of that. And honestly, I think that's all for tonight.
All right, Millie, thank
Harry,
you.
can I start with a couple of them? If you want? Or
Yeah,
did you want
sure.
to? I don't want to step on your toes,
Well, I'll
sir.
go for a quick one to knock three out of one shot. The three grants, Millie, two of them, they're being closed out. We finalized them. I guess canceled was the wrong term. But they've been completed, done. The one grant was canceled by this council as there were some problems going on with it, and actually the DEP kept changing the scope of work, but didn't
Okay.
want to give us any more money for it. So this council decided to stop that
To
project.
squash it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
language is important, like you
yes.
said, you know,
So, yes.
cancel and,
So yes, they
yeah,
were two were
finalize.
finalized, and the other one was actually canceled.
Okay.
As far as I'm going to let Jennifer, if she doesn't mind, to the Fort Dix. Candace isn't here tonight, but
Oh, I'm
Jennifer has
sorry.
the
I'm
most.
sorry.
Yep,
Sorry about that.
Jennifer has the most information
Had
on the Fort
Candace on the
Dix
brain.
project, and
Jennifer,
then once she's done, I'll let Perry take over what he wants to do.
my deepest apologies,
No
Jennifer.
problem.
You're fine. It's quite all right. So just so everyone is aware, this is the project that is related to the Greenberg farm. If you remember, I don't actually remember how long ago it was at this point, but we had a conversation when we did the bond ordinance regarding the water main project. That's in two phases. This is the first phase of that project. This is the portion that a contractor needed to construct. DPW will be doing the second part of it, and then technically what we call phase two. So this is 1A and 1B. Phase two is the water tower. All of this was accounted for in the bond ordinance. This is phase 1A that went out to bid. The price that we estimated that this was going to cost the township was going to be between 800,000 and 900,000. The bids we received ranged from the low bid, which is what you see in the agenda, for 576-ish, don't have the number in front of me, $1,000, to $1.2 million to construct it. So the township is actually saving money based on the bids that came in from the engineer's estimate. So that is the $500,000 that is being hopefully awarded tonight. It was already accounted for. It is not new money that the township is spending. It was accounted for in the bond ordinance.
Thank you, Jennifer. Perry, which one would you like to work on? Oh, I'm sorry.
You just killed 4 of them, so.
Uh,
The other one, Millie, from what I remember reading, I don't think I'm crossing this with another one. The one for the change order for the final
Yes.
payment, that is a
Yes.
contractual payment that has to be made. But if I remember what I was reading in there, the actual payment is about $10,000 less than what we had projected it to be. So that's a good change order.
Okay. So cumulatively, you guys are saving us some money.
well, we're trying. We won't
Right.
take all the credit for it. but
Well,
yeah,
well,
yeah, it was
that's why I said-
$10,140 less than it was originally
Right.
quoted.
So let me rephrase that. Collectively,
Yeah.
we are doing, some good to save some money, getting the lowest bids that we can.
Yes.
I just hope that the lower bid doesn't translate into inferior work, which I'm sure it won't, but,
Yeah.
those are things to consider. But thank you very much for answering my questions.
Thank you.
Oh, you didn't answer the sunset provision.
Oh, okay. Joe, you want to handle that one?
I was just going to say that one's on for introduction, so there's really no public comment regarding that one. But all it is it's removing the residential portion the residential portion of it.
We'll get more into that when we do the introduction. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, my name is Alexander Costa. I live at 2950 Route 70. Secondly, nice shirts. I didn't know they were selling these shirts on the internet, so they're not? Oh,
Bought them at the farmer's market.
really? Might have to attend the next one. All right, I just wanted to talk about a few resolutions. 136/2026. My question is, what are they trying to do with this easement? Are they trying to get heavy equipment like a excavator back through there? And are they using the right side of the train station or the left side to get where they need to? Because from my understanding, this is next to the Wawa, the train station. So I don't know if they're using the easement between the Wawa and the train station, and they just need our approval to come over onto our side for a little bit to do the work they need. Just a little clarification on that. 148, setting the rates of compensation for non-represented employees. I see this is back on here again. I know we, a few meetings ago, had voted on something pretty similar to this, so I was just wondering if a few employees were probably left out and we're just adding them into the mix for setting their rates. 149, my question is, how much is the final payment and when will the phase 5 begin? 150, 2026, does the grant say what the police can use this money for? 151, 2026, how much is the township obligation and how much is the JIF going to be covering? 155, 2026, how much is this contract extension going to be? 157, 2026, will this asphalt purchase be for upcoming road repavement projects? You don't have to answer that. Mr. Tom answered that question for me in the back over there. Thank you, Mr. Tom. 159, 2026, what is the total amount of outstanding municipal court debt the township is trying to recover, and how will the private collection agency be compensated, either through a flat fee or a percentage of how much they're collecting? 161, 2026, about how many homes will be built and how many will go towards our fair share? For number 13, how much is the bill list? And I just have a few general questions I do need to ask. When will the Mirror Lake Dam project begin? And I know we had to order those lights, the really fancy ones with the flower things. Do we know if we've ordered those already? Do we also know what is happening with the old college? Do we know when the demolition is going to be starting for that? Do we have any new information on Sycamore Hall? Because I did see the for sale sign is back up again. Mr. Mayor, are you still on the Veterans Advisory Committee? No? Do we know if they're going to be doing a parade this year? Okay. Do you know if that'll be published pretty soon? Because the 31st is coming up kind of fast. All right, thank you. I also wanted to give my compliments to whoever does the newsletter. They did a really good job. And do we know when the 2026 budget is going to be introduced? Because a lot of people are kind of wondering what the township tax increase is going to be. Everybody knows the school board went up 26%, which I don't know how much everyone else is going up, but I can tell you that my mom and dad's are going up $1,500. That's a lot of money, and you know, in this economy, the gas is going up, the food's going up. Belts are starting to tighten around here. How can we ask people to give more of what they don't have? And that's it.
I thank you, Alex. You can take whichever ones you want.
Sorry about that. The budget will be introduced at the next council meeting.
All right.
And the reason why it's taken so long is that we've been doing our best to minimize the impact on the residents. I can promise you, you're not going to see a 26% tax increase. I can't tell you exactly what it's going to be right now for obvious reasons, but we've been working very hard on doing what we can to minimize any impact, if any at all. So, and that's all I can say right now, but it will be introduced in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
I could take the one for the Wawa, Alex. The reason Danny and I kind of put a hold on this the last meeting was because we wanted to do some background checks on whether or not they were up to date on their fees for the water and stuff. And what I found out was that for the last 12 billing periods, which is 2 years, they've been paying in excess of $800 per quarter. There were 2 quarters where they were only billed $80-some because the meter was not working properly. They got the meter up and running. They back billed them to the tune of almost $2,500, which they paid right away. But I also did find out in looking and speaking with Mr. McNaughton that they looked back all the way to 2011. And back in 2011, they were even paying in excess of $500 per quarter. So at no time were they paying any residential fees instead of the business fees that were associated with that lot. So in my opinion, and I'm going to be voting yes on this, there is no reason to hold anything up for a right-of-way to allow them to do some repairs, expansions, improvements, whatever they need to do on the back of their lot. That's going to be minimal impact for travel to get the necessary equipment in to do what they need to do. And let's face it, obviously, if it's anything that they're improving on the property, they're probably going to increase their property value, right? What goes up if property value goes up?
Tax value.
Exactly. So why would we say no to a good business in this town that's been doing everything you ask of them, especially paying their taxes on time?
Councilman Doyle.
And
one
don't,
thing.
we should have.
You left off a zero on the back bill. It was 25,000,
Really?
and they paid.
My apologies.
Average 844 a quarter.
Okay.
I thought it was 25,000.
2,500 and change was the back bill for Wawa. It was
Oh,
only
I
two
stand
and a half
corrected.
quarters that their bill was off because of the meter issue.
I think you're thinking of a different one.
Yes,
Yep,
yes.
yep, no problem. Okay.
And just to add on to that, the work that's being done at the Wawa is a DEP mandated remediation of chemicals in the soil.
All right. So I'm assuming they're gonna have to take a couple truckloads out.
Yeah.
148.
148 until it's one employee is all I can tell you right now.
One
Until we vote on it, I can't say anymore. 149. Let me see if I have an answer.
Do you need me to repeat the question?
Limit of 10,000.
Yeah, the total payment, last payment is 534,000, and that finalizes phase 4.
Is that out of the bond money that we approved a couple meetings ago?
No, that was from a former bond that was approved in 24, I believe.
All right.
It was before I got on. I know that it was, and there was a different business administrator here. Then I won't mention any names. So 51, Alex. Let's see. Can't say anything about that until it's been approved. Yeah, we have to vote on that, so it's still private until we vote on it. And I think is that all your questions?
I
The
have a
court,
lot more.
59,
155. You know how much that contract extension was?
55, which,
That was the sludge for sludge.
Tom, what we paid last year with
30 or
that, I know what we're paying per gallon, but,
So this year, the contract extension, the request is 71,000 and change.
okay,
Last year, we were paying 0.1485 cents per gallon. When we do a contract extension for a contract that was formerly bid, the contractor has the option to extend it if there's extensions in the contract, but they're limited by how much they can increase it to what the current index rate is. This year, they had the ability to raise the rate as much as 3%. They only raised it to 0.1492 cents, which equated to like a half a percent increase. So they had the ability to increase it 3%. They only increased a 0.5%. And we'd like to continue moving on with the contract. It's a vital contract for us.
and I don't, for 159, I don't have up-to-date numbers, but at the meeting about a month or so ago, we were around 200,000 out on the street waiting to be collected. And this is just to go out to bid. The most these services can get is 22%, but there are some out there, depending on who bids on it, may be less of a percentage. But even if it's 22%, it's money that we're not getting at this point. So if you
Well,
got
a little
200,
extra doesn't hurt.
what's that?
A little extra doesn't hurt to have in the pocket.
That's correct. Yes, and I think that the bill
The
list.
list.
It's 4.7 million, but of that, over 2 million goes to school. Over 2 million goes to the county between county taxes and landfill fees. So that means we kept it about 500,000 that we spent.
And do you know when the Mirror Lake Dam project's going to begin?
No, it's supposed to go out to bid sometime soon. Everything's being checked out. We had some wind ratings that we had to get, checked out for the poles to withstand winds and stuff.
Wind ratings.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it should be going out to bid, soon. I don't want to give a date, but it's being double checked at this point. That's all I can say.
What about the old college? You know what's going on there?
Not a word.
And what about Sycamore Hall?
Not
Have those people come back to negotiate? All right. And can we get some speakers in the back room? Because
No,
it's
you're
hard
out
to hear you
you're out
guys.
of time. You're out of time. Anyone else for public comment?
Pat Guthrie, 317 Birmingham Road. I just want to say thank you as far as Resolution 136, 2026. I know you guys were animate in wanting to make sure township monies was collected before anything was approved. You did your due diligence, and thank you for taking care of that. The ordinance for second reading, ordinance number 14-2026. I understand that this was way before all of your guys' time. Back in 2022, we had a totally different council, and they approved this 5-year exemption and abatement. Houses right now, from what I understand, are being bought up quick, and the reasoning for them wanting this is so that they can get their houses sold. I'm being told the average person is putting their house on the market and selling within 3 to 4 days. So I am still totally against ordinance number 14-2026. If there's a way that we can say, hey, we're not offering it, I'm sure you're going to sell your houses, you're not going to have any problems as long as you do a good job. I don't think it's necessary. Everything I look into, the abatement program, it should be for those people that are coming into Browns Mills in Pemberton Township, finding a beat up old house and saying, hey, I'm going to fix this up, make it beautiful. And if you can cut me a tax break for 5 years while I'm doing all of this work, because the work is expensive, I'd greatly appreciate it. And I think that's what the abatement should be used for. The way it's worded on the ordinance, under the whereas, where is it? Any improvements made in the development of the redevelopment area, I don't know, I read it back there. Basically, the township exemption on project improvements to the property pursuant to the exemption law. I mean, they're getting this abatement for project improvements to the property when the people are buying the homes. It's a brand new home. What are they improving? And improving property from being a farm to building a brand new home on it. I'm curious to know what the taxes are going to be set on these properties. I mean, hopefully not on the farmland cost. This whole ordinance seems totally ridiculous to me. And last but not least, new business, 12B, parade permit. I'd like more information on this parade that's going to be going down my road. And said something people are going to be filming. I'm not sure if I feel comfortable with someone filming my, going down our street. I definitely would like a lot more information on this. It says public hearing required, so are you going to have another conversation for when that comes up? Yep.
Yes, on the parade permit, at this point in time, we just got somebody requesting to do some filming, and this is the first step to apply for what's considered a parade permit for the police involvement and stuff like that.
As far as the parade permit, Patty, it's between South Pemberton Road and Pemberton Road, which is Vincenttown Road. So it's the portion across the street from us on the other side of 38. It's going to be a new movie coming out on Netflix, a TV series called Rabbit Rabbit. And they are going to shoot the portion of what says on there some type of, I guess, quote unquote, high speed police pursuit between a convict who escaped from jail being pursued by the police. And I guess they're going to shoot it on the farm road over there. So they're requesting a shutdown from 6 a to midnight that night. So yeah, you can look for part of Pemberton Township possibly to be in the movies.
Okay, so where it says film shoot from Birmingham Road from South Pemberton, they're not gonna be like doing a car chasing down our road?
I don't have that information. They're asking to shut the road down from South Pemberton Road across to Pemberton Road for 18 hours so they can shoot movies. That's all we know. Nothing to do with Route 38, nothing to do with our side of Birmingham Road. It's also Birmingham Road on the other side of the highway.
All right.
As,
Thank you.
as we get more details, we'll make sure the public knows.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else for public comment?
Hello, I'm Stephen Mark Georgia, Browns Mills, New Jersey. I was reading something about hiring a construction official, and I didn't quite understand what's going on. He's being hired as a part-time or shared official with Medford. Could you explain that to me?
You got to ask all your questions first, Mr. Georgia, and then we'll respond.
I don't understand it. That's why I'm asking. My question is he being hired for more than $100,000 by Pemberton and more than $100,000 by Medford? I mean, is each town paying him $100,000? Excuse me?
Is that all your questions, sir?
I don't understand it, so I'll probably have another question because I didn't understand what I read. For some reason, it just couldn't register properly with me.
All right, well, we did hire go into a shared service agreement with Tabernacle Township
Okay.
for a building official. Yes, the amount is correct. It's $140,000. And he's doing work here and in Tabernacle Township.
Is that 140,000 being split by Pemberton pays 70?
No,
And how's it being split?
we're responsible for $140,000 a year.
How much does a construction official normally cost?
It ranges. I mean, I know some that are making more than that, and I know some that are making less than that.
Well, then what did we pay the last construction official we had?
I think it was 70,000, but this guy's taking the place of more than one person.
3, is that correct? He's construction, zoning, and plumbing?
He's doing electrical, construction, plumbing, everything.
He's doing everything?
Everything.
Being the building official, he oversees all the lower
So
officials.
how much money is that saving us as a township?
It'll be bringing money into our town.
Bringing money in?
Yes. Because for the last couple of years, the job hasn't been done the way it should have been. And he's very educated, knows his job, very well known. And he's building his staff right now. And hopefully this time next year, we can say they brought in quite a few bucks to the department.
Now, my other question, this movie that's coming to Pemberton Township, are they paying us to have the road shut down? Or do they get that for free?
All I know, Mr. Georgia, is if they want to utilize a roadway and they want to shut it down for what it falls under a parade ordinance, which is what they have to apply to the township for. Only part of that roadway belongs to Pemberton. The other half belongs to Southampton. So I can only imagine they've applied for Southampton as well. If they get the permit, then we'll have the road shut down for them for that period of time they requested. And I would imagine, I can't speak for it, but Ro, I would imagine if they need police out there to maintain it, that's obviously paid for by them, correct? Yeah. So I would say on one end it would probably be Pemberton, and on the other end it may be state police. could be covered both ends by state police, whichever route we choose to go, or they choose to go.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
Good evening, everyone. Mike Saka, 92 Scrapetown Road. One general comment about consent agenda. Consent agenda is for routine, not just putting a star to all the resolutions, and we have to ask a whole bunch of questions. What the council should be doing, or the council president should be marking which ones they consider routine in the whole set of resolutions, so we don't even have to worry about it. And then we know that you all will be talking about the rest before voting it, instead of forcing us to go through and ask a whole bunch of questions. Consent agenda, look up the definition. Next. I understand 151, 2026, you can't say anything until it's voted on, but do we have to pay a portion to insurance for deductible or anything on that settlement? I don't know if you can answer that yet. 159, 2026, the municipal court debt. Do we know what the total uncollected debt is from this municipal court? Do we know that the municipal court has collection capabilities? They can go and cancel people's driver's licenses. Why do we have to pay somebody when the municipal court should be doing this first? Have they even done that first? Have they done their job before we go and give up a bunch of the debt money to a collection agency? And who is this collection agency? Who's getting the kickbacks? The 161, the Bobolink redevelopment agreement. Can you specifically say that there will be 0 tax abatements in this, since we don't know what it is yet? Can we put that on public record today? Let's talk about this ordinance you're putting through. First, your financial agreement. Just a real quick proofread. You got the wrong year in the top paragraph. You're still in 2025 for the date. All right. Next. Financial analysis. In here it talks about how the town has agreed that this will be financially beneficial. Where was the actual financial analysis, the cost-benefit analysis? Where is that in writing to show how much we're going to get, how much they're going to get, how much we're going to lose, how much we could be making? To say that this is actually beneficial on paper, not just someone's opinion. Also, the redevelopment agreement. At the special meeting we had last week, I was asking about the tax abatement because it was nowhere in the plan. I was told it's in the redevelopment agreement and to Oprah it. I figured I don't have to wait till tomorrow, till the deadline of my Oprah, to get that, since the special counsel for that had it and everybody else has it. Why can't I see it before today's meeting when you go to vote on it? To see if there really is something in that redevelopment agreement that forces the town to actually give the tax abatement, or do you not want to show it because after the ordinance is passed, it's hard to reverse something when I show you that it wasn't. That's it.
I'm not sure if council is going to table the Bobolink one, but I could assure you that there is no tax abatement in that agreement.
Okay. Do we know the total uncollected debt from the municipal court?
As I said to one of the other residents earlier, the most recent numbers I had is about 200,000.
Okay.
And they have been severely restricted on what they're capable of doing. And this is just a proposal to go out to find a debt collection service. So that has to be put out for an RFP.
Okay. And will I get the redevelopment agreement by tomorrow? Because that's the deadline of my Oprah.
If that's the deadline, I guess you'll get it unless they request an extension.
Well, they shouldn't because the special counsel had it last week. They shouldn't be having to search for it.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else?
How you guys doing? My name's Jamie Sabo, 3531 Weymouth Road. I just wanted to ask, I know there's a lot of construction going on and roads being fixed. Is there any way there's anybody that can tell me if there's any information on the Rancocas Lane Road going specifically towards Denbo School, the crosswalks, that area? Obviously, it's a lot of potholes in that road. I think I went through today, counted almost 37 at least 3 to 6 inches deep. If they can look into seeing who owns that, if it's Bel Air, if it's public. I know that's not on the agenda or nothing, but that's something that a lot of people have shown concerns. Buses, kids walking, the crosswalk even has holes in it. One of the crosswalks actually has a telephone pole directly in it, entering at the entrance of the school area where they walk. So it's the only questions I have.
All right, I don't want to misspeak, but I know Rancocas Lane, part of it, the town owns, part of it is owned by Bel Air. So I guess depending on where the potholes are.
Barkley Drive to Rancocas Lane, from that aspect.
Is that the private section, Tom?
I know
Do
it's
you know?
half and half, but I'm not sure.
Turn your mic on, Tom.
Sorry. We have from Lakehurst to just past the first intersection, and then it converts to the private road.
Okay, I guess then that would fall upon code, I guess, to inform Bel Air that they need to fix some potholes.
Let me go out tomorrow and look at it myself. I'll determine if there's any on our side, any on their side, and I'll coordinate with Ken after that.
All right.
Being I live in the area, I do know they've been throwing stones and stuff in it, but they're just making them significant. Like even some of the water mains that are there, you could see are coming up almost 2 to 3 inches that impact the cars.
Tom, since part of that is private, I know that happened a few years back. How does that work as far as making them responsible for that portion of the roadway?
So it's private property.
It's private.
Yeah, it's
right?
To me, and Ken, if I'm wrong, correct me, it would become a code enforcement issue. I'm looking at my yearly right now. Last month, we patched 25 potholes on Rancocas Lane, so we're maintaining our section. I will go out tomorrow, though. Like I said, there's a chance that they might open back up.
I've only lived there for...
So here, my question, playing devil's advocate on this, is since that is private, couldn't they essentially go out there and blockade it on both ends so it's not usable?
I don't want to
say
they
safer.
can or can't do that. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I've lived there 8 years, and our rent went up 4 times in the last 3-4 years. So, last 5 years, it went up 4 times. So I see we don't pay as much as a lot, but it's something significant. I've gotten 2 flats myself on that road already, and it's just going to impact. Plus, there's buses that go down there. I don't know if they're supposed to or not, but today I definitely saw bus 38 down there, coming up to the sign. And the stop sign that's on Bel Air's at the entrance of where the school is for the crosswalk, it's on the grass, not at the road. Cars literally just make the right. I've asked the crossing guard there, and she says the same thing. So they don't usually stop; they kind of roll stop. Just public information.
All right, we'll have our people check into it and see what we can do for you. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Bro, if that belongs to Bel Air, how about if we give them a letter, tell them that the road's needs repair, and when their renewal comes up, and if the road's not repaired, they don't get a renewal.
That's right. I'll make sure I handle it with code tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Ride around once in a while. Maybe you'll see something. Open your eyes.
Hey, Joe. Address us, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to address you the same thing then.
Okay.
Tell your people over here to ride around town and see this stuff. People shouldn't have to come in here to council meetings and complain. Because you got $100,000 a year people over here sitting here that don't do their job. I had to complain about Toll Bridge, about the potholes up there. I see you got them filled. But I had to come in here and say something because people don't do their job and ride around. It's the same shit's been going on for 20 years. It's just not this council. Something's wrong down with Public Works. There's your problem. That's your problem down there, Public Works. Leadership. All right? Yeah, look over at him. Switch your eyes over to Tom. But you don't want to ever say nothing to him about it, right? Bullshit. So my question was about something what Mike had to say about this tax abatement. Is there, and you said you asked a question once when you were back in the audience to Mr. Hornicle, is there any more tax abatements on the horizon? Any new developments? Anything in this town that's going to get a tax abatement? Is there anybody on this council that would approve a tax abatement to anybody coming into this town that wants to develop housing, commercial? Is there anybody on this council that would agree to a tax abatement? Well, I hope not. I came up here, I was going to say how nice the farm market was, but the last guy got me all riled up because that shouldn't happen. Shouldn't have to have residents come in here and complain because people aren't doing their job and nobody has ever reprimanded, I guess, or nothing. You give out certificates for people that do great work.
Joe, please.
But is there anybody So that's about it. I had more to say, but I forgot what I was saying now. Do your job. Do their job. Yeah, shake your head. I'll bet you it happens again within a month.
Joe, we're always going to have people coming in and requesting to do repairs.
If you ride around and did your job, if you did his job
Joe.
down there, if you had leadership, but you're afraid to say something to him.
As far as I'm concerned, as council president, I think the township employees are doing a fine, outstanding job. They answer any questions that need to be answered.
Nobody ever does a bad job.
Joe, I'm not going to keep talking if you're going to keep talking.
Nobody ever does a bad job, right? They all keep their job. They all get a raise.
Joe.
Thanks a lot.
Good evening, everybody in general. My name is America Phillips. Live in this community for 46 years and a half. I'm focused right now myself, not for myself, but for the community. And all the residents come from another state to have a good time and bring readable to our town. Okay, now, my problem is going to be the I've been when I cannot go more further than that. I know that I gotta get an opera request. But our town, we have township property, we have county property, we have a state property. Manchester is next to us. With all the accident has been happening on 530 East and Route 7 East. Seeing that we can roll the wheel, remember the squeaky wheel get the oil. I am not a person. We have people who represent the community. Please try to work. We need a traffic light. I travel to Medford. I travel to Southampton. The highway Route 70, the least got a left lane turn signal thing. The only thing I can say here in Pemberton, in Route 70, we got crosses. In 2 years, 2 people died right there. Nothing has been done. They told me they were going to do something. Nothing been done. Now we talk about the 530 East and Route 70 back again. I'm going living there. Please, like I stated, the commissioners, they didn't got there for their looks. People put them in there and to work. When the people bring a complaint, go down there and see the problem. You don't have to live around here like I stated to the commissioner. I guarantee you that some of them, they never been went away. Like I stated to them, they bring the rateable, the people bring the rateable to this state. That's how we survive. Don't send them in coffins, send them the way they came. Okay, I'm going to shop now in my community right now. Very nice time. I'm walking plenty now, and I really am checking and seeing things. I am an observer. I talk to people and I observe. Okay. I've been traveling back and forth all different places and walking. I brought to their attention. I even called the police last Friday. They came and see the Old Lake store. I know the Old Lake store is some kind of delegation of whatever it is. Okay, now, today is the Wednesday. I noticed that that place was open last Friday. Please get a piece of the board and go border it up that building, because you know what the sad part it is? The beach is there. The little kids walking there. We got empty houses. Canadic Trail, 903 Canadic Trail. Esa house has been empty for more than 15 years. More than 15 years. I brought it up to their attention, not to this administration, the previous administration. A lady called me and said, I'm walking around there and I smell something is dead there. Okay, I called them. I walked by there, yes. Today I saw people there. They sell, I don't know what did they do there. Anyway, were 2 trucks there. And the way here, I went by. But for myself, I know that that house has been empty for more than 15 years. And nothing has been done about it. I know they pay their taxes. I have another houses. 510 North Carolina. The sad part it is, I know the people who own that house doesn't even live here. One live in Camden, the other one live in Philadelphia. The way I see that house today, more than 10 years. And it's disgraceful. If I want to sell my house and I have a house next to me, this is the kind of thing where we have to look on it. Because they pay their taxes, we not worry about it. That's not right. Okay, now I got 2 more questions. What time the lights in the park turn it off? Okay, my second one it is all the porta outside in the park. I wanted that answer.
Okay, Ms. Phillips, thank you. Tom, I believe the lights in the park PL go off at 10 o'clock, I believe.
I don't remember the exact.
Baloney. 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the morning, lights are on it. I go by there.
All right, we'll check the timers.
Good evening.
Good evening, Joe.
I first off wanted to compliment the mayor on coming up with a suggestion at the school board meeting with shared services. And I think that ought to be pursued from our end to see the advantages that we may gain from that on the township side for sure. So thank you for that. The Wawa, DEP remediation. Do we have an actual cause and effect of what they're remediating? I'm wondering what caused it. Obviously Wawa, but what exactly was the problem there? And just how extensive are they going to be? Is it inside their building, the back of the building, or has it extended out beyond their property line there? Okay. 151-2026. I may have missed it, but what is the cost settlement to the township in that suit?
Is that all your questions, Joe?
Actually, yes.
151, we can't answer that until we vote on that because it's still private
okay.
matter.
All right.
The Wawa matter, the DEP is a cleanup actually from when the railroad was there, and it's some of the old stuff left over from the railroad, but it's on Wawa's property and they have to access it through ours.
Okay.
So it's they've had monitoring wells there for I don't know how many years,
Yeah.
and now they've just came up with a formulation. From what I understand, it's very minor. They just have to. I don't know how far down they have to clean, but just top surface and stuff, and then put back, new dirt and stuff like that. But it's from what we were told, it's all from the old railroad stuff that was there.
Are they going to be having to cut down and clear the area back there at all?
Well, right there now is mostly, just young saplings and stuff there. So I'm sure they'll have to replant whatever they take out of there.
Okay.
I don't know the full extent of it, but yeah. And that's about all I can tell you about that one.
Okay.
I do know statewide, lately the DEP has been going around at very long-standing chemical spills. Somebody I know in Tabernacle owns a piece of property where there was a gas station 40 years ago, and only just now the DEP is demanding remediation on it, even though those chemicals have sat in the ground for 40 years. So somebody got to be under their bonnet, and they're going around and looking at all these sites.
Joe, that property where the Wawa is used to be Presidential Homes. And that's where they were prefabbing the houses for Presidential Lakes.
Okay.
And there was a boat factory there. And then eventually Trilco bought the property, and it was Trilco Lumber Yard.
Right. Yeah, I
And
remember Trilco for sure.
So,
yep.
But originally they were prefabbing houses there for PL. It's called Presidential Homes.
Right. Right.
So.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else for public comment?
Okay, apologize if I didn't hear it correctly, but did anybody answer Joe on anything in the horizon on tax breaks? Did you guys answer him on that question, or? So if you didn't, that's one of my questions I'd like answered. Okay. Second, who is the lawyer for the ordinance that's on introduction tonight? He was here at the special meeting we had in last council. What's the name of that lawyer? I've never saw him before. And is he with? Oh, there you are. Let me see you.
I'm back.
Oh, okay. Are you with his firm or? I'm not. Oh, okay. So at the end, I would like
We'll
to have
answer
your
all
name.
your
Thank
questions
you.
once you get them all in.
And so, the other thing I wanted to know is, the barn in this. Okay, are we going to be able to ask questions about this, even though we asked a few questions at the last special meeting?
Second reading of ordinance, yes, you'll have public comment.
Okay. And so the barn and the silo, you said there wasn't a time frame that they were mandated to tear that down. So are you saying they could tear it down in 100 years if they want? Does anybody have a new deadline for that? That's one question. The other question I have is the college. I know at the Economic Development Committee where I got the Marty's notes over it that Matt, you were talking about the development at the college, and I was just wondering in those notes, and I was just wondering what kind of development were you talking about, if you can remember. And the other thing is on that, you said Harry, you said there were 2 subcommittees. And I want to know what those 2 subcommittees were for. Why did you have to have 2 different subcommittees, and for what topic are you working on with that, and who is on the subcommittees? And the other thing is, the last few meetings, you guys said there's no closed meetings to the public for economic development. Has there been any closed meetings since? And the other question I have is Ellie's laundromat. Has anything come about with letting them buy the emergency squad or have a place to have the laundry mat at? There's 5 questions. Amy, how many more minutes do I have? Okay. Thank you. The other question I have is about the solar panels that Harry was talking about, putting them in the parking lot and on the roofs up here. Do we have to pay to get our roofs restructured for that? And also, did you look into why that solar panels were being torn down in Medford and Lenape High School, which one of the residents informed us about? I didn't look into it yet. So I have a million things on my list to do, and I didn't get around to it yet. Although I'd like to find out and talk to somebody in Medford about that, which I will resort to eventually, hopefully, if you guys don't have an answer for me. And yeah, I also want to know what they meant when they said, when I saw them in this room right before the Economic Development Committee meeting, they said that they had millions of dollars to throw your way. I was wondering what that means. Are they going to pay us millions of dollars to put solar panels all over the place around this area? Last question. I know it's a lot, but last question is the trail, the rail to trail. Are you selling that or giving it to the county, or is that ours? Or is it in the process of being sold to the county? That's it. Thank you.
You got them all? Okay. Let me go backwards here. The rails to trail. There was a 2009 agreement with that administration at the time to trade the property next door to the township building for the rails to trails and the train station. That was never finalized. It's still outstanding. We do have our lawyers looking into. The county's still interested in having the trails. Let us keep the train station, and we get the property next door to the township building. But the lawyers are still looking into that deal. Medford to solar? No, we did not look. I didn't look into why they got rid of theirs. Solar on the roof. We had the company give us, prices, which did include, replacing roofs and stuff like that. But our QPA told us that even though we're not receiving any money for it, it would have to go out to bid to have other companies make the same offer or better offer. And with all the other stuff we got going on at this time, we just decided to not move forward with it. And the millions of dollars they were talking about was federal money that they would get to do these projects. They weren't giving anything to Pemberton Township or anybody else. Ellie's.
Well, that doesn't really explain what they said. Throw it your way. What does that mean?
Well, meaning they can use federal dollars to put the solar on our properties and stuff, and we could save money from it.
So it's not going to cost you any money to do this on the balance
That's
if you were to follow through with it?
that's what they were telling us. Yes, but
Nothing at all?
nothing.
No engineering prices? Cost?
No, they would do all the stuff.
But you're putting it on the table for now, back burner for now,
Yep,
or?
yep. Too many other projects to worry about. Ellie's Laundry, yes, we're still talking with them. They're still interested in the property, but anything takes time. Lawyers are working on it.
So are they thinking about giving the land to them or selling the land to them? Because you keep saying the same thing. We're not finalized. We didn't finalize month after month.
We are interested in selling, and they are interested in buying, but we have to work out all the details. And I don't want to misspeak to administration since they handle that, but we are negotiating with them. As far as subcommittees for the economic development, there are none right now. The only one we had was about the farmers market, but now that the farmers market's in full swing.
Hold on a second. Let me stop right there. First of all, there were 2 subcommittee meetings. You said before you said that.
Two meetings, but for the farmers market.
No, there were closed meetings for the economic and development community, and you said there were subcommittees.
Subcommittees.
No, I'm not talking about the farmers market were open to the public. I went to numerous of them.
Well, you went to
the ones that were open to the public. There were other ones that were closed to the public.
Yes, where they met with the environmental committee. They met with clean communities, recreation. You know, it was a little brainstorming type thing. But now that it's off and running, there's no need for any more subcommittee meetings for that. You know, there was only 2 that were closed. Because it was just we're brainstorming. And I think the brainstorming worked out. It was a well attended event, and it's only going to get better.
So you're saying there was only 2 closed meetings for Economic Development Committee?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And the college, I know nothing. I don't know if the mayor knows anything.
Oh, wait, you didn't tell me if you heard anything about tax breaks, the answer to Joe's question.
I'm going in backwards.
Did you answer that question?
No, I did not yet.
Okay.
Okay. The college.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there you go. No more tax abatements as far as this council's concerned. Yeah.
For future development.
That's correct. Yes. All right, Mayor, you have something on the college?
Yeah, so I don't recall saying about a development. I did make a comment about demolition because the county did go out for bid to hire somebody to demolish the buildings on the campus.
Yes, that's correct. That's
okay.
What you
Does
spoke
anybody
about.
know what that college property is zoned for right now? Okay, I'll double check on that. I was told that it was some zoning that
So,
I never
Michelle,
heard of.
I'll check into it and I'll call you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Just remember that the college property is owned by the county.
I already know that.
Yeah.
But thank you for telling me. Seriously, thank you.
And as far as the barns and silos, they got their permits. I guess they have to do it within, I don't know what the time frame of the permits are, but they will move forward with it.
So they're starting to do work right now.
Yes.
So they're allowed to start work without tearing down the barn and the silos at this point, right?
In the agreement, Michelle, there was never any deadlines for when the barns were supposed to come down. Last meeting, Danny and I merely made comments that we were certainly encouraging them, since that was the reason for the redevelopment justification of that property, that we would have thought that would be the first thing they'd go after, since they deemed that was the reason it needed to be redeveloped. So Danny and I put some weight on that. They wound up coming in, getting their permits. Now there's a time constraint on whatever the permit is.
But if it was to end, the permit was to end, then they could also reapply. They don't have to have it done
You would
by
have
any
to speak
special
to
time.
one of the professionals over there in that department on that. I'm not going to speak on that.
So the bottom line probably is it's that they don't have a time limit yet on when they can tear that down. Is that correct? They could basically do it whenever they want.
Okay, and how about the lawyer name and what company is he from?
That's Mr. Ed Campbell. He's part of Campbell and Rocco. He's handling the stuff for the KHOV.
So he's representing the township or
He's
KHOV?
representing the township because our attorneys had a conflict with KHOV's attorneys, so we put on other counsel.
Is he special counsel? He's always been worked for, or
He
we
does
just hired him
he does
separately?
conflict counsel for the planning board, and we brought him in to handle this one since we had a conflict.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else for public comment?
All right. Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to remind everyone to continue emailing our state representatives about the. Okay. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me now? Okay. I just wanted to remind everybody to continue emailing the state representatives for the fair funding formula. That way, hopefully, we don't run into problems again next year. And just to let you know, our ROTC made it down to nationals for national drill and national strength and national, the other one that was in Kentucky a couple of weeks ago. And they made that 2 years in a row, which is the first time in a long time our ROTC's done that. We also have a fashion show coming up tomorrow night at the high school, so come on out. So, and that's pretty much all I have for schools. And just want to let y'all know there is another benefit to becoming an Eagle Scout. Dolores actually, when they found this college that she's applied to, when they found out she was an Eagle Scout, they actually gave her another $2,000 for her scholarship there. So, being a scout, being an Eagle Scout can pay off. So, and other than that, that's about all I have. Do y'all have? Oh, and our troop is selling Mother's Day flowers Friday and Saturday at the Little Red Schoolhouse. So we'll be there Friday night from 5 to 8, and Saturday we'll be there from 10 to 2, or 10 until we run out of flowers. So come on out, help support the girls, and that's really all I have to say. Y'all have anything for me?
Thank you, Pete.
All right.
All right. Anyone else for public comment?
My name is George Messianis. I live at 3210 Saw Country Lakes Estates. Question for you guys. Well, I know this Mr. Doyle. Is he around? How's that? Better? Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, Mr. Doyle. Is he around? Hi. Yeah, you're the only one that got back to me about the 26% raise for the taxes. I appreciate that. I've done some homework. It's a little disturbing, but the increase, and I know you guys don't really have that much to do with it, but I think you need to know what I've done as far as my homework and what action I've taken for your benefit and who's ever here for the school board. It's kind of disturbing that the inflation for the last 3 years has been 2.6% for 3 years in a row, but yet our taxes have gone up like 9%, 9%, 9%. Now they want 26%. Fine. The law states that there's a 2% cap on taxes. However, there are exceptions to that rule, thanks to Christie caving to the unions, where if there's health increases, care increases, and other criteria. However, these have to be voted on in a general election by the council or by the voters. I sent an email to the Office of the Attorney General the other day, got an acknowledgement that they'll be back to me within the next 10 days with an answer if, in fact, what's going on with the school board is, in fact, legal and within the criteria. So my interpretation of law is, and I'm not a lawyer, which is why I consulted the Office of the Attorney General, is that anything over 2% has to be voted on in a general election by the voters. Okay? Now, once again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm waiting to hear back from the Office of the Attorney General. If he says what they're doing is legal without having a vote on this by the voters, which I can't imagine it would be legal, so be it. Then I might try to get the feds involved. I'm not very good at giving up. Okay, so this isn't going to go away as far as I'm concerned. It's just a question how far up the ladder I have to go to get satisfaction. I have friends in the neighborhood. I could take the hit of a 26% increase. I have a lot of friends that cannot. That's massive. Inflation is supposed to be 3.3% this year. Yeah, it's going to go up again. Let's say it's going to go up 5 or 6% because of the oil thing going on. So be it. But guess what? How do you justify a 26% increase if inflation is scheduled to be 3.3%? That's madness. And it's unacceptable. So when I hear back from the Attorney General's office, I'm going to inform the school superintendent and also you guys. Hopefully, I'll get backed up by the Office of the Attorney General that says this budget cannot be passed without the voters voting on it. According to the law, anything over 2% has to be held in a general election. Is anybody aware of a general election being held to vote on that budget? Because I'm not. So something is rotten in Denmark, as they say. So the Attorney General's office says they'll get back to me within 10 days. We'll go from there. And if they say, well, you know, what they're doing at the board is fine, I'm still not going to give it up. I'm going to take it to the feds. I'll go as far up the ladder as I have to go. I'll let you guys know what the Attorney General says. And also, I'll send a letter to Mr. Havers as well. And I guess we'll go from there. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. But as it's been well known, we have nothing to do with the school board's budget. Yeah. Okay.
But I just want all the taxpayers here to know what the law is. According to my interpretation, I'm not a lawyer. That's why I'm on consulting the top of the trend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment? Seeing none, we'll close this portion. All right. Moving on. We have consent agenda. Anybody have an appetite for consent agenda or anything you want pulled from that consent agenda?
I do.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Dewey.
136, 2026,
Okay.
152, 153, 154, 156,
Slow down. 52, 53.
54,
Okay.
56,
Okay.
and 159.
Okay.
And at this time, I think we ought to table 161, 2026.
All right. We'll so note that. Yeah. Anybody else have any they want to carry on? All right. Well, let's do this a little backwards. I think when we had a little discussion about Bobolink in the back on 161, we all agreed for all the information we'd like to table it. So I'll entertain a motion to table 161 at this time.
I'll make a motion to table 161, 2026.
Second.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right. Now I'm looking for a motion on the amended consent agenda.
I'll make a motion on the consent agenda as amended.
I'll second.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right. Where they were? Darn. Well, I'm looking at the gritty one. All right, so 136, Mr. Dewey, that's your ballpark.
Okay, on 136 is the discussion earlier on the water bill. And I have some concerns. We were notified that the water department generated $2 million worth of income, but they were $200,000 in the red the year 2024. And we did some investigation, and I'm pretty sure the council's the one that brought it to the administration about the improper $84 a quarter that the Wawa was paying. Now, I don't know exactly how many years that was, but my main question is, how come this didn't get caught earlier than what it did? You know, if they started out at 500 a quarter and it went down to 84, you know, you got a meter reader. The findings went through quite a few hands, and I'm just questioning why this wasn't caught and we recovered the money immediately instead of waiting 2-3 years. I don't know if anybody can answer that question. It's very concerning to me.
As I recall from Councilman Doyle reading off, I believe it was only out for 2 months and then it was corrected.
No, absolutely not.
Well, I can only go on what.
Well, that's why we're trying to get the answers, because I know it wasn't 2 months.
Mr. McGraw, we had an extensive conversation on this.
So I was notified February 28th of last year. On March 4th, the water utility was dispatched out to research to find out what was going on with the meter. They found that the meter was not working correctly. March 10th, a week later, after we gave notice to Wawa so that they knew we would be shutting their water off to change their meter, we replaced their meter. We waited till the end of that quarter to verify that the account was restabilized with the new meter, and they were issued a back bill. They were only billed 2 quarters at $84 a quarter when we found the meter was wrong, and the following the meter replacement until the end of that subsequent quarter. Twice, they were billed $84. They were back billed for their actual usage thereafter. So yes, their original bill was $84, but the account was back billed for those quarters to what it should be. Like you said earlier tonight, they are paying, on average, right now, over the last year, $877.40 per quarter. Based on your statements at the last meeting, you said you think they should be paying between $800 and $900 a quarter. That is exactly what they're paying. We can go back as far as 3 years, and they've been paying over $800 a quarter. There were 2 quarters where the meter was not working, but got replaced, where they were billed their flat charge, and the back bill was issued. It did not linger for 3 years. I don't know where this 3-year thing is coming from. It's not true. It's not factual. I was notified by Ms. Flaherty on the 28th of February last year, and within 2 weeks, we had it identified and the meter replaced. I don't know how else better to explain it than that.
Okay.
We are charging them correctly. We have always charged them correctly. Anytime somebody's meter goes offline and it's not reading, there's a chance that the bill is going to be inaccurate. We back bill whenever there's a faulty meter and it's repaired. That is the practice that we've had in place since I've started working here 23 years ago, and it's what we practice today. The account is being billed correctly. It's not being billed residential rates. And I can also tell you at the same time last year, because of this, I looked at the account. I determined that the original EDU calculation for it was too low, and we raised their EDUs by 1 because I felt that it didn't match the current schedule of rates of what the Wawa should be. So not only did we correct their meter, not only did we back bill them, but we also adjusted their EDU calculation to match what the current schedule says it should be.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
And again, the subject at hand is authorizing site access for the remediation to be done over there on that block and lot. Any other questions on this?
Make a motion to approve 136.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Yes.
Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. Next one's 152. Danny, what's up with that?
What was that, 148?
152 is the next one you wanted to talk about. That's formally canceling the NJDEP Water Resource Planning Management Grant.
Right.
As I said earlier to one of the residents, it's not really canceling. We're closing that out. It was finalized.
Well, the questions I had with the 3 grants
Yep.
cancellations,
Right.
did we leave any money on the table, and did we take full advantage of the grants?
On 152 and 153, I can say for certainly that they were all the monies were used and they're closed out. 154, if you guys remember, I don't remember the exact date. We kept having that was out. That was West End, am I
West
correct?
End
West
Park.
End Stream Bank.
Yeah, and we kept getting change orders from the DEP, which they weren't willing to pay for the adjustment. So we decided not to go further with that. And yes, there was money left on the table with that one because we decided not to go further with it.
They were changing our fair share, right? Was that what it was with that
They
one?
would not pay for the additional
That's what it was.
engineering work and
Got it.
stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's why we decided to close that out, and we did leave. I got to think 74,000 on the table or something like that.
$132,007.10.
Okay, so but that was council's decision, and we have to formally close it out so that the DEP knows we're done with it. So
And are we done with that project now?
We tried to revitalize it earlier this year in the hopes that we could keep that money and with our new engineers advance the project. The state told us that we were past the deadline to extend the project and we can't move forward. If I can, just real quick for clarity on the other two, the recycling tonnage grant, yes, all money was spent for the 2023 grant on typical program activities and expenses. And the water resource planning management grant, that was work that was required under the Tier A permit as far as mapping that needed to be done for our stormwater infrastructure. It was a $25,000 grant, and I believe we had about a $20,000 cost share for the contract. But all mapping was completed last year. All of our compliance issues all the issues that we needed to get mapped so that we were in compliance with the current Tier A permit were done as part of that. So yes, it was all done and it was paid down to zero.
all right, thank you, Tom.
I'm satisfied with those answers, Harry.
All right, so is there an appetite to do
Make a
all
motion to approve
three?
152, 153, and 154.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right, 156, award contract to Garrett Paul LLC for the Fort Dix Road water main replacement in a total amount of $541,651.50. What do you got on that, Mr. Dewey?
Well, I'd like to ask Jen a couple questions about this.
You certainly may.
There's a big wide spread between his and the other people, and I don't know nothing about this contractor, but I certainly hope that we hold their feet to the fire and don't get bombarded with $600,000 worth of change orders. So I want it on record, I mean, the spread is way out of line for me.
I do not disagree with you. But that also just goes to show how people are bidding these days to actually get work. We did call all of the references provided by Garrett Paul, and they had nothing but good things to say about them. The first reference we actually called said they proposed a change order to actually reduce the cost of the contract rather than increase it because they found something that could make the contract better and would cost that client less money. they from talking to the references, they formed off of a larger construction company, so they broke off of RTW Construction. So it sounds like they have experience in doing what they are doing. They just are a newer company. There are also a lot of perks, in my opinion, from working with a newer company, is that they want to do a good job, so that when someone else calls me for a reference, I'm not going to say bad things about them. Again, there's only so much I can do with the design that I was given, as we are working off of a design that I didn't do. I will do my best to keep the interest of the town in mind as we go through the project. We will have an inspector out there. I can say that I'm dealing with many other contractors right now. I am very good at holding their feet to the fire when I need to. So if I need to do it, I'll do it. I have no problem doing that. That's part of my job, but I will do my best to ensure that there are not a lot of cost overruns on this project.
Yeah, I mean, it's just mind-boggling to leave $600,000 on the table.
My gut is saying that they're a newer contractor. They knew to get work, you might have to lose some money on the front end to do it. And if that's how, I can't tell them how to do business, but
I know, but I just don't want any surprises
I
down the road.
I understand, and I will do my best.
And to piggyback what Danny's saying, I mean, yeah, the top end of that is 1.2 million, but I mean the fact that the nearest bid to them it's $300,000 more.
No, there was a bid that was
There was
almost
there was
30,000.
it was no.
There was one that close to them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that one.
So it was two that were roughly the same. Then it was another contractor whose bid we had to throw out because they did not use the correct bid form.
Okay.
And then you got closer to the range, which the estimate was, and then you went way over. So yes, I do believe that the two lower end contractors were probably bidding to get the work. But again, the way public contracting law is written is that it's lowest responsible bidder, and if there's no red flags to throw them out, I can't throw them out.
Yeah, but they can still.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay.
If there's no other questions on that, then looking for a motion.
Make a motion to approve 156.
I'll second.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
No.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. All right, and I believe the next one's 159, authorizing the township to
I
pursue.
think it's 156 was.
Oh, no,
No, we just
159.
passed 156. 159 is the next one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the pursuing the private collection agency for the courts. What's your question there?
Didn't I have 57?
No.
I just wanted to verify that the 255,000 was left over from last year's blacktopping that we didn't use, being that the budget never got completed till August, and is that correct, Tom?
The 255,000 that's paying for this portion of the contract is from a bond ordinance from.
Okay. All right. I don't have a problem with that. I
All
just
right, yeah,
wanted
no
to make
problem.
sure, because I knew the budget never got solved till late.
All right, yeah, all right, that was already approved. All right, so your next one you had was 159, which was the private collection agency for the municipal courts. What was your question?
Yeah. Not that I've been in a lot of courts, but I know the Pemberton Borough might want to look at that judge, because nobody gets out of there without paying. And, I read the thing on there, and it's the state of New Jersey came up with that law in 2010. Why did it take us 16 years to adopt it? Where you take their license, take their registration. I just, for the life of me, can't see how anybody could go next door to the courtroom and be fined $300 and sign something and walk out. It's mind-boggling to me.
Since Mr. Dewey, since I've been here the past couple of months, I've met with two of our municipal prosecutors. I've met with the municipal court administrator. I've met with the judge that runs the municipal court here. In 2020, when COVID-19 hit the country,
I didn't think of that.
the Office of Administrative Law, who oversees the municipal courts of the state of New Jersey, change the way they conduct business. They literally, and you know, I've been away from it for a little bit, and I've learned a lesson since I've been here. They've literally have almost tied the judge's hands. For him to issue a warrant for somebody's arrest, it is almost takes almost an act of God. We have over $200,000 that's out on the street, and I believe that I could talk and not be out of turn to saying that's just from code enforcement, construction, and that nature. That doesn't count what is out on the street for the police department and any county agencies that are coming here and utilizing the court. We need a way to help us set fire under somebody's feet to hopefully get some of these funds collected. If we can collect half of what we have out on the street, we're a lot better off than where we are today, or not being able to even get these people in. They've cut. We still have in-person appearances, but a lot of our appearances are still being done via Zoom. And the people, I don't even believe that Your Honor can even suspend a driver's license now in certain circumstances.
Yeah, well,
It's
but I read the
changed.
state law where you suspend their registration, their license. Now, if they're residents, can't we put lien against their properties?
Well, if we go trial by stantia, we can do that. That's a little bit more of a longer route, but
with guaranteed money.
We're working on it. We're starting to set the trials by stanchias now. We have a lot in the works right now that we're working on, and you know, I asked the council to support us on this. I asked the council to bear with us. Changes are coming, and I think the changes that are coming for the better, and it's going to benefit the entire community.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
I got a couple questions for Mr. Gerber since he's working on this. So we got $200,000 out right now, right? What's the oldest? Do we know what the oldest debt is on that list, Mr. Gerber? The oldest amount goes back how many years?
Well, I can't tell you, Mr. Ward, exactly how old it is. I
Okay.
can, without specifying any names or any properties. We have one in town right now that we have over $80,000 in liens on that property, and there's still more work to be done.
Yeah, and that's good. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
'cause,
I know.
You know, look, I mean, you get 5 people with a 300 credit score. You think they care about going in the collections? They probably already are. And I know you're asking for my support. I'm not being sarcastic. My second question would be, you know, we adopt this agency. I mean, are we looking at a 5-year and then that's it? It's released, 7-year release, 10-year release as far as the debt? I mean, what do they usually collect?
Well, when we go out on the RFP, I think those things will be forthcoming, and we'll know a little bit more once we see their bids on how they're going to release it.
Right. So
this is all new to us. It was a suggestion actually by the court administrator to put forth this.
It just concerns me, you know. I mean, I think we'll see what happens when, you know, council approves it or not. But I mean, you know, again, you got it. Let's say I don't even want to throw information out there that's not true because I'll get misquoted in the Pine Barrens Tribune. So, regardless, that's not my problem. You know, everybody that comes in here and defaults on, you know, or just walks out of a courtroom, I guarantee you their credit score is probably not going to be that great. You know what I mean? So again, that's my concern is how many people are going to care when they go into default for a collection agency for, you know, $105 ticket that's only going to be, you know, they're only going to get hit with on their credit report for maybe 3-5 years down the road, which is what the state average is. You know what I mean? And then it just gets released again. Then we're paying it. It's just concern. That's my concern.
I mean, Mr. Ward, I don't have an answer for that. You know, you're probably correct when you say that, but you know, I think that any help is better than no help. And it's another tool that we could utilize. It wouldn't be run by code. It would be
Right.
run by the municipal court
Right.
and overseen by the municipal court.
Right.
But I think it's another tool to help get some of them monies back.
Mr. Gerber, if we took people that owe us money that are property owners in Pemberton Township, if we put a lien against their property, we're looking at 18 to 23% interest. The ones that don't have anything, I think they're the ones that we should go after with the collection agency. This way here, you could make up with the liens, because when they go to sell the property, they have to satisfy the lien with the township. And
So you're saying if we in fact are successful in getting the collection agency to have them go after the properties with the liens already placed on them in
No.
addition?
I would put liens against the property. That way there you're collecting 18% interest on the lien. Some liens are 18 to 23%. The ones that don't have own property and you can't get blood out of the stone, they're the ones that I would send the collection agency after. So it would cost you money on this side, but you'd be making money on this side.
I don't disagree with you.
That's just
absolutely
suggestion I have.
Absolutely.
And just to go back off at the, I'm sorry to keep being a dead horse, Mr. Gerber. Out of this 200,000 number, is this just straight property, or does that include traffic violations or things like that? Do you know?
I believe the 200,000, as the court administrator said, was just code.
Just
and
code
those type violations
Okay.
there. The
All right.
police,
code
police are
violations.
separate. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Kenny, sorry, one question on this too. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. Is this going to be something where there's going to be a flat rate for us to pay out front just to hire them, and anything we collect is going to be kind of like icing on the cake, or are we only going to pay them based upon what they bring in for us?
It's
I
all
believe that
percentage.
would
It's
be
all percentage.
The latter. The percentage of what they bring in.
So, throwing numbers out of 200 grand, if they only bring us in 50, they're only getting paid a portion of the 50. Correct?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
that's how it works.
Yeah.
That sounds like.
Okay.
They only get that, they'll negotiate with the person that puts the tax, and they'll say, we'll give you 10% off, and then they pocket the rest, and it doesn't cost you guys anything. It doesn't cost to have this legislation. That's how they get their money.
Thank you, Patty. Any taste for this, gentleman? Motion?
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroy,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey, Mr. Ward,
Kenny, it's not that I don't support it. I just, it's going to be a no for me. I'm sorry. I think there's a better way.
Well, I think it should have been rewritten before we even voted to add the changes that we agreed on or talked about,
Well, this is just to go out to bid for it. We have no control
Yeah,
over what they
This
do.
is for the bid. There's no formal contract in existence yet. All those terms are going to becoming later, and we have control over those terms.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right, I think that gets us through all the resolutions. We tabled that. Yeah, we did that in reverse order. Thank you, Joe. All right, now we'll move on to ordinances for second public reading. Ordinance 14-2026, ordinance of the Township of Pemberton, County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, authorizing a financial agreement with the KHOV at Rancocas Creek LLC pursuant to the 5-year exemption and abatement law. I guess we'll open this up to public comment. Seeing no public comment. Oh, then come on up. Don't hesitate. Yep, come on up, Michelle. Please don't hesitate.
Does anybody know what year this was approved?
21, I believe.
The redevelopment plan was approved in September of 2021. The redevelopment agreement was approved in October of 2021, and it was executed in November of 2021.
I mean the tax break itself, that part of it.
So that was
What
part
year?
of the redevelopment agreement in 2021.
Oh, so it's only in 2021 that I thought it was way before that.
It may have been, but the redevelopment there were two redevelopment agreements. The redevelopment agreement that's operative now is from 2021. There may have been a pilot in the earlier one. I don't know.
So you're saying that this tax abatement was approved on September in 2021?
I'm saying the tax abatement was part of a redevelopment agreement, which was approved by a resolution adopted in October of 2021 and subsequently executed or signed by all the parties in October of 2021.
I thought so is it possible they approved the tax abatement many, many years ago as well?
It's possible that they approved a redevelopment agreement or a redevelopment plan earlier than that. My understanding is that there were earlier iterations that may have contemplated that.
That may have included a tax abatement?
I don't know the answer. I know that the operative or controlling redevelopment agreement is the one that was adopted in 2021.
Okay. Well, I don't agree with this tax abatement. I don't agree with these tax breaks we give to you. Oh, we need to develop because we need more money, but here we're going to give tax abatements, tax breaks.
Michelle, we don't agree with it either, but it was
When
done
you
before.
say we, you mean none of you agree with this?
I'm not speaking for everybody, but I know we're not happy about it.
That's why we've been fighting for months, and we have gotten quite a few concessions.
Okay. I want the public to know, because I know people watch this on YouTube. This is a tax abatement, a 5-year tax abatement. I want the people in the audience here tonight to know. A 5-year tax abatement. This is what it means. I don't know exactly what it means. But in 5 years, this is what people do. They sell out, and they start the 5-year tax abatement all over again. And even if you tell me,
No,
even if
that's
wait a minute,
not how
that is
that
definitely
cannot work.
true. Maybe they can't
That
do
is
it. In this,
false.
that's,
It is in
that's not
it
true.
is no, it is in the agreement here that if the original owner sells the property after that 5-year period is up, it does not start again. That is very clearly
So
outlined in this paperwork.
that's not going to be effective in any of this tax abatements anywhere. They can't just sell and then start all over with this
No,
tax
they cannot
abatement.
do that.
No.
Who's saying yes? Who's telling me I'm wrong and you're right?
I'm telling you that the tax abatement law and the tax abatement agreement that's proposed is for 5 years. And we've put provisions in the agreement, first of all, that in order to qualify, the end user has to be an owner resident. So it can't be an investor that buys it and doesn't live there. It's got to be an owner occupied. And it's a 5-year program. If within that 5 years, another individual buys the property and there's 2 years left on that abatement, the new owner occupier gets the benefit of those 2 years, but doesn't get a new 5 years, and it's over in 5 years.
Okay, I just want to tell you that in Brownswood's apartment, this is what they've been doing for years. They start all over every 5 years. They sell it to somebody else who's another company who might be related or a friend, whatever.
That is under Section 8 housing.
This is what I heard.
Okay.
What did you say?
That's under Section 8 housing, which is totally different.
So you're admitting that this does happen with some people, but not with this particular thing. Okay. Well, I don't know if I believe you. I don't know if there's some loopholes. You're all in agreement that no matter what, they can't sell in 5 years. You all understand that to be right. That's my last question. You agree?
5 years.
You all agree?
Yes.
You believe what they're saying?
Yes.
You
I
believe?
believe what's in the legal paperwork.
Yes.
Yes, 3 times.
We believe the contract.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said yes 3 times to you. Yes, 5 years and that's it. Done.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment on this matter?
Pat Guthrie. I'll just reiterate that I don't think this was a good thing that was done back in 2022 by the 2022 council. But I noticed in 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth whereas, they're talking about the 40 affordable units. Don't affordable units usually get because the cost is based on, it's like lower income and it's supposed to be more affordable. So, will they have lower taxes and then get a tax break abatement put on top of that? Or are they going to just be filed just like everybody else's taxes on their homes and then it'll apply to the regular tax abatement?
So that's kind of an apples and oranges kind of issue, right? You're right that the affordable housing concept has different tiers or different levels of affordability. And it means that those homes need to be designed for residents to buy who meet one of those categories. But the assessment is what the value of the property is.
Okay, so it's not like we're going to give any tax breaks based on affordability. It'll be just what it is with given the abatement. And kind of like you guys did point out at the last council meeting that, oh geez, I just went blank.
The developer.
There won't be more than one break put on top of another. It's not like
That's
they're going to
correct.
get the 65 and over tax freeze on an abatement. They get one or the other. They either get their affordability, their regular tax rate, or 65 freeze.
Right. So we put language in the agreement that if anyone takes advantage of the 5-year tax abatement program, they can't also take advantage of any of those other programs. That's in
Perfect.
there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
Mike Salka, 92 Scrapetown Road. I just have one question about the affordable housing portion of this. People actually, when they get raises and they kind of lose that that benefit, you can call it. What if 2 years into the 5, all of a sudden they don't qualify because they got a big raise or they change jobs and they're making money? What happens to that? What happens to that property? Because most of these properties that have this type of deal are rentals, and they get a rental and then they get kicked out, evicted because they don't qualify anymore, or they have to pay full price, whatever the full price is. How does this work in this type of development?
So first of all, obviously it'd be a great thing, right? If somebody gets a job and a raise and they make more money, right? No one's trying to discourage that. And we're kind of mixing, again, two different concepts. One is the requirement to enter into the redevelopment agreement pursuant to the redevelopment plan and everything that's attendant to that. Separate from that is that this redevelopment is part of the township's fair share housing program. And the houses, the residences have to be made available for individuals at that criteria. To my knowledge, if they earn out of those qualifications, it doesn't diminish what the township has done in making those homes affordable. So it doesn't add a burden or jeopardize the township's qualifications or protections under the program if an owner who qualifies wins the lottery, right? I don't think it disqualifies them or adds additional burdens from a fair share housing obligation on the township.
But these are for sale affordable homes, not rentals, correct?
Correct.
Anyone else for public comment? Come on down, Miss Phillips.
America Phillips. I attended last time meeting and they explain in reference to what we're going through tonight. Yes, I understand that those 40 affordable houses, and the only person be able to get in those houses with the tax abatement is the people with the low income, and they check all that for them. And they also explain the owner of the development is not going to be making any money, and the tax abatement is coming up to the owner of that house, who's going to purchase that house. If he leave or she leave 5 years and decided to yes go sell it, it's not going to be nothing transferable to the other person. She cannot say, or he cannot say, okay, I sell my house and you will get 5 years. No, I know that that's one time deal. I understood that.
The entire program is 5 years. So if someone lives there 3 years and they sell to someone else, there's 2 years left, but it's total of 5 years.
They carry only those 2 years or 3 years, whatever.
And then it's done.
And that's it for them. We going, yes, be sure that those houses not going to come an investor or anything. What happen if investor want to come and buy their home?
Good question. So the way we've drafted it is we can't prohibit an LLC or a partnership from owning one of those properties, but we can prohibit them from participating in the program. So an LLC can't own one of those properties and get the benefit of the 5-year tax abatement. It has to be owner occupied.
And got to be a residence.
Yes.
With the low income, and not investor is not coming in the picture, because in my development right now, investors are buying those houses. And
yeah, but let's be clear.
Yeah.
The development is 340 some units, right? Only 40 of them are part of the township's fair share housing program. So the balance of them it's not 340 low income houses, right? It's 340 homes, 40 of which qualify as part of the program. And there's a formula for how many credits you get for those 40 units, but 40 of them are part of the program and contribute to the township's fair share housing obligation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment? All right. Council, anybody have any questions or comments?
No, I've pretty much analyzed the heck out of this.
All right, looking to entertain a motion for ordinance 14-2026.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 14-2026.
Well, second.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
No.
Mr. Ward?
No.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. All right, moving on.
It passed.
It passed.
Mr.
No, we only need 3. All right, so we're moving on to...
Mr. Harper, before you move on,
Go ahead.
and before I give the chair back to Mr. Macklin first, I think my business is done here tonight, so I would ask to be excused, but I'd also appreciate and extend my thanks to Mr. Macklin and to your staff and to you, everyone on council, for your helping me help you. And I appreciate everyone's cooperation.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. You've been very helpful.
Did a good job.
I'm sure I'll be back. Is your keys Ed, or is Joe's? Oh, they're Joe's. Okay.
Some stuff. I know what's coming back.
All right, now we're moving on to ordinances for introduction. Ordinance 15-2026, ordinance of the Township of Pemberton, County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 107 of the Code of the Township of Pemberton titled Fire Prevention, Article 1, Adoption and Enforcement of Standards, Section 107-7, Permits and Certificates of Fire Code Status, to amend the fee set for certificates of smoke detectors and carbon monoxide alarm compliance. Anybody on the council have any questions on this ordinance?
Yeah, what's the, between 1, 2, and 3, so we're looking to go from 35 to 50 on number 1. Number 2 is then 70, so that's $20 difference. And then the whole $40 difference from 2 to 4.
Okay, let me grab
I'm
it.
sorry, 50, almost 50.
And Ro, correct me if I'm wrong. These are mainly increases because of state requirements. Okay. So,
Is this new construction or like, or if they're inspecting a rental property?
it's
This
in-
will be rentals and resales.
all right. Any appetite for a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept ordinance number 15's first
Well-
reading.
Okay, you already got the date? No, you're good. All right. Second on that motion?
I'll second.
Mr. Charleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
No.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. What was the date on that second reading again?
On May 20th.
May 20th, okay. All right, next one is, let me get my updated version here. Ordinance, 16-2026. Just want to make sure nothing's changed on this. Ordinance of the Township of Pemberton, County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 162, Article 1 of the Code of the Township of Pemberton, titled Tax Exemption and Abatement Program, to remove residential provisions and the sunset date. Gentlemen, any questions, comments?
You pretty much answered all my questions already on this one.
And the only thing I saw, and I didn't agree with, and we went through this just recently with the KHOV situation, and I don't know, Joe, you'll have to ask me this with the schedule on the abatements, year 1, 2, 3, and 4, we adjusted the schedule with the KHOV. But yet this one still has 0, 20, 40, 60, 80. Do we have the ability to adjust that schedule as we?
I can definitely look into whether or not that can be adjusted.
Okay.
That would need a reintroduction. That's a material change.
Okay.
But I can definitely look into.
All right. I mean, that's something I saw. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand the basis of this. Roe got this started. Our old ordinance had a sunset clause on it, goes out July 1st, and she was looking to change things, take out any residential possibilities. This new one would only be for commercial and industrial. But I'd still like to see possibly the change in the abatement schedule. I hate giving away 0 to anybody for anything. I'm kind of cheap that way. And if this is going to take a change to reintroduce, I guess I'd suggest we table it and let Joe rework work the numbers and stuff. Anybody else have any other comments? Anything they find wrong with it?
I'll make a motion to table it.
I'll second that.
All right.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Charleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right. And then Joe said if you guys didn't hear, if you have any else you want to change on it, let him know and he'll work on it. Moving on to new business, purchases over $3,000. First one's Public Works, motor starter contactors replacement for a lower number 2 at the wastewater treatment plant for Radwell in the total amount of $3,816. Anybody have any questions?
I'll make a motion to pay it.
Second.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroy,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. Next on the list, asphalt hauling services for various paving projects from Earl Asphalt Company in the total amount of $52,608. Questions, comments?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Mr. Dewey.
How many miles of roads are we doing this year?
Give me a second, I'll add it up for you.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Give me 1 second, I'll add up the number for you. $11,284 feet, and that converts to 2.14 miles that DPW is doing. There's other contracted paving work going on at the same time that Jen's office is managing for us.
But I mean, this trucking's going to cost us $52,000 for 2.4 miles.
Yes, so we only have 3 trucks that we can use on in-house to haul. And when we're doing roads, paving roads, 3 trucks isn't enough.
I understand that, but for 2.4 miles, I mean, you need the trucks to haul the millings, right? They're going to take them back to the plant.
This is only for them to deliver asphalt to us, not to do anything with the millings. We handle the millings ourselves.
Okay, I'm just trying to justify $52,000 for 2.4 miles. It's just a little mind-boggling to me.
We've been doing this since 2014 this way.
Yeah, I do paving part-time with some companies, and the rates for hauling are incredibly high.
$137 per hour right
Yeah.
now is our lowest quote that we received.
And I've seen guys who do the hauling make upwards of 150. Just I was like, I went into science. I went into the wrong career.
130 is that per truck?
It's $137 per hour per truck.
Per truck, right?
So our estimate is that for all of these roads, one road we need 7, one road we need 6, another road we might need 3. But over the course of our paving program, we anticipate needing 48 rental trucks on different days. We anticipate that when we have them, we'll need them for a full 8-hour day. So 8 hours at $137 an hour comes out to $1,096 per day per truck. There's a chance we won't use all of these trucks, but we need authorization now because we can't delay the paving program once it's started. If we cut the number short now, and then I got to come back to you and ask again for additional trucks. This covers it. Hopefully we won't need them all. Harry, I'm sure you could speak to this too. You don't pave a 2,500 foot road with 3 asphalt trucks.
Yeah, I know, if you try to shortchange your amount of trucks and you wind up with more cold joints and more problems down the line, you want to have the trucks there one after the other so it's continuous, smooth paving. Yeah, I do understand, and especially with the cost of fuel going up and all, you're not going to get much cheaper. Yeah,
So I can tell you still, and I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but I can email it to you guys tomorrow. To contract for road paving, you're paying well over $150 an hour or per linear foot to pave for a contractor. We're still doing it in-house, including these costs, for about $75 to $80 per linear foot. So there's still a significant cost savings for us to do this paving in-house on our smaller residential roads where of course we still have to contract for certain aspects of it, but we're saving the township a lot of money. And I can tell you back before 2014, we were averaging, if we were lucky, 3,000 to 4,000 feet a year in paving. And now we're averaging probably closer to 15,000 feet a year. So our number has gone up, our price has gone down. Yes, it costs us money to rent trucks and things of that nature, but we're saving a significant amount of money as opposed to what other towns are doing where they contract it all out.
Yeah, I know most every paving contractor hires trucks because it costs too much to own all your own.
I have some direct experience working part-time for a small paving company, which is basically 3 people. And even with our antiquated equipment, doing everything by hand, everything's already paid for. It's still a couple $1,000s to do a small one-car driveway nowadays. So there's so many costs involved.
Listen to the numbers that Mr. McNaughton just put out there. I'll make a motion to approve 12A2.
I'll second.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. All right, moving on. Public Works, new business A3, meter boxes and meter lids from Raritan Group in the total amount of $7,798.60. Any questions, comments?
I have one.
Go right ahead, Mr. Doyle.
Tom, is this for general inventory for the town, or is this going to be towards the new development?
Now, this is all restocking of our inventory so that guys have day-to-day operational stuff as we need it.
So just out of curiosity, how many does 7,700 buy? Ballpark.
Give me 1 second, I'll tell you.
I thought it was 30 boxes and 40 lids. I thought I said.
Is that what it is, 30 and 40? So I missed the numbers, guys. I was looking at my
it's right
apologies.
there.
Yep.
They got it. They found it. Thank you.
So if I could real quick, these 4 purchases that are coming up next are all essentially the same. It's stock, water, division, supplies for their day-to-day use. We solicited 3 or 4 quotes for all of this at once. When we got the quotes, we went through them and we extracted who was the cheapest
Gotcha.
for everything. That's why you have 4 requests here. Instead of just one, we literally picked and chose where the cheapest was out of the quotes received, and those respective companies are who we're requesting to buy from.
If nobody has any, Danny, do you have a question too? I'm sorry.
How much money do we have left in the temporary budget we approved? Because it's got to be pretty close now.
There was discussion last week with the CFO about putting together additional requests if we were going to need another extension of the temporary budget. But based on our conversation with the CFO, she felt that because we were going to be potentially introducing the budget at the next meeting, that there was still enough funding in all operational units that an extension, we're not close enough that we're going to go over, if that's the concern.
We need it. We need it. I think we could probably approve all 3 at once.
I was just going to say the same thing, Danny. Yeah. Go ahead.
Make that motion.
I make a motion to pay 4, 5, and 6 for the water public works for
3, 4, and 5.
3, 4, and 5. What did I say?
I'll second.
Yep.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. And I guess we could have approved.
We could put 6 in there as well. That's why Danny said 6.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Make a motion to approve A6.
All right.
Second.
That made it easy.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. All right. That moves along. Now we're going to B, parade permit hearing required. Do we have to open this up for public comment?
Yes,
Oh.
parade permits require a public hearing.
Okay. Anybody want to comment on the parade permit?
What is this for public or?
For a parade permit?
Okay, no public comment. Any comment from the council members or,
No, I'll just put it on record since Joe just asked about it. We have 0 residential properties on this portion of, that belong to the township. So no houses or driveways or residents.
And it's a county road too, isn't it?
No,
No, it's a town.
no, it's just, they're just closing down the portion of Birmingham to anywhere on the farm side from South Pemberton. They'll put the barricades there, I'm assuming, over to what we call Pemberton Vincenttown Road. They're just shutting down. The only residences on there belong in Southampton.
Before you get to Howard's, it's Southampton.
Yeah, long before Howard's. Yeah.
And just to make a comment on the county road portion, I do believe they're also seeking county road approval for one of the other.
Well, South Pemberton Road is
Mhm.
county. Who did they approach? I mean, can we get any advertisement or get some recognition or something? Or I know everybody's looking for money.
Half the
but-
movies I've seen, Danny, they're probably going to say this is a portion somewhere in Ohio.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I know they put in a request. I guess it came via Amy. I'm not sure.
What was
Yes,
that other
I
movie?
received an email and then directed it to administration for them to discuss further with, I believe they included the police department.
Correct.
Community development stuff to make sure it was something.
We'll let you know as time comes up. But I guess anybody that doesn't have any more questions.
I make the motion to approve it.
Second.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yep.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right, man, we're moving right along here. Now we're looking at the approval of the bill list. Anybody have any questions on that?
I got one. I don't know.
I just had a comment.
Okay.
You know, it's just simply based on that direct township spending for all of this, with all the township directly things, it was only came up to about $718,874. The school taxes plus the county taxes added up to over $4 million. So we are fairly controlling our spending. It's just that we're getting nailed by everybody else.
Yeah, well, we're the collection agency, and then we just have to pass it on to them, you know. So, did you find the one you had?
Well, I wanted to bring up that page 1, ALS Environmental. I think we talked about it briefly. I printed the resolution on this company, and technically, how much money is it? $8,200, and technically, their contract ran out for us on December 20th, 2025. So I was just trying to bring it to your attention. I don't know if you're still dealing with these people, but should be another resolution bid or something, because their contract ran out on December 20th of 25.
Yeah, I believe in January we approved 2 other companies.
Yeah,
Is that
yes.
correct, Tom?
These were for outstanding invoices for 2024. We were fighting with them for months to get all their final invoicing in.
Oh, okay.
This isn't for work that was performed this year.
Okay, it was just outstanding invoices.
Yeah, these are for invoices.
Yeah, but they're
1/30/2025.
Yeah, I know, but they say 115. Why would they be so far behind with their billing?
If you can get the answer to that question, we want to give them their money and they don't want to give us a bill.
I guess they must have too much money. And then let me see, page one, $525 for flags, looks like for the fire department. Is that coming out of their funding or is it coming out of ours?
I would say everything comes out of their fund and they get a quarterly allotment.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, I see $525 for flags.
It still has to go through our finance office, even though it's their allotted money.
I'll follow up tomorrow and see if it comes out of their allotment or.
And
Yeah.
Jen, I guess this is the screw up with the New Lisbon Tower Phase One with like my favorite company, ARH. It's what jumped out at me because they started at 5, and I guess they're working backwards or whatever they did.
They just completed 4, I know that.
Correct. So if 4 was the water tower, so that change out that you just did was
Yeah,
to
it was
fully close out the
yeah,
contract for
right.
4.
But on the bill list, it's Phase One construction, ARH for $17,000.
Phase 1's the one that we just award. Well, we didn't award it yet. We just
That should be the contract that they just opened the bids for. I think it was this week.
yeah.
So that's for their engineering time for that, I would assume.
But what caught me, why is ARH? That's why I thought it was.
So that was a decision that was made at some point last year that ARH was going to keep all of the New Lisbon projects, and we would not be working on those.
Are we just about done with that?
ARH has Phase 1 of New Lisbon, and I believe they have the dam project.
So ARH still has to.
Phase 3 is almost fine. Well, Phase 3 won't
Correct.
start
So,
until 1 gets done.
From my understanding, what is left with ARH is Phase 1, which was just advertised, and once that is awarded and completed, the contractor for Phase 3 can begin. Then you will be done with all of the New Lisbon projects. ARH is still working on the dam project. Once they finish the portion of working with dam safety to get the permits, that should be coming over to our office to complete.
Then on page 3, caught my eye, Amazon again. Thermal bibs, I guess, is this for public works, snow plowers, or?
It's actually for the water division guys. Some of the new guys didn't have any bib overalls. Were required under their contract to provide them with foul weather gear.
I understand. I just, it just caught me, month of May, and we're buying insulated bibs, and plus Amazon.
No, this purchase was back in February when it was originated. We just took delivery, unfortunately, not long ago. That's why the bills are coming through now.
All right, thank you. Anybody else have any questions on the bill list?
On the sports fencing, wherever that is. There it is. Sports complex fencing. Does this fencing, it's quite expensive fencing, does it have a very long lifespan?
I know it's vinyl coated
Soon as it
chain
gets
link
paid.
fence, so it should last a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what the warranty time is on it, but
That's the one for across the street, right?
yes.
One of the reasons they went to that, Charles, was because in talking with some of the guys and gals from the baseball, the only way to start getting the county and state tournaments and things to be here, we have to have certain requirements on our fencing and dugouts and things like that. And this brings us into the ability to bring outside teams to Pemberton to play some of these big tournaments that draw residents, Mound residents, bring some more money into the town, spend it here locally.
Better get the lights working first if you want night games.
All right. Got a motion on the bill list?
Make a motion to approve the bill list.
I'll second.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. Now we come to the best part of the meeting, looking for the solicitor's report.
Nothing really to report tonight other than still cleaning up some of the messes of the previous administration, and we're settling some of those lawsuits. I'll discuss more of that at the next meeting, and we should have more regarding the next redevelopers agreement as well.
All right, thank you. Mayor?
Joe, would you mind mentioning the award that was given to Jerry?
The my stepfather and the previous solicitor that I'm filling in for, Jerry Dasty, received an award for his lifelong commitment to the upstanding values of law and a lifetime achievement award during Law Day at Ocean County Superior Court yesterday. And it was a big honor for him to receive that posthumously. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. He's sorely missed. I don't have much to report this meeting. I will say that our first farmers market was a huge success, and it's only going to get better. The rec department, DPW, did a great job getting that thing set up. And regardless of what some people say, our departments, all of our employees do great jobs. And if the employees are listening to our department heads here, ignore the naysayers. You guys are doing great work. That's all I got.
All right, thank you. Ro, you have anything?
So I just have one update for Phase 1 Safe Routes to School, which is the sidewalk replacement on Delmar, College, Lafayette, Scrapetown, and Colgate. Most of the work is done, and we're still designing Phase 2, which, we're hoping that that'll get done soon so we can start working on that part of the project. Have a good night.
All right, thank you. Anything from any of our other staff or professionals? No. All right, Mr. Ward, you want to kick her off?
The only thing I have tonight is thank you everybody for coming out again, and for all the mothers out there, have a happy Mother's Day this coming Sunday. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Doyle?
Just wanted to say I too took my family to the farmers market. It was a it was a good turnout. It was a pretty positive thing. It was nice to see people from the other ends of town that you don't get to see too often. And from what I heard, people were in and out during the day. There weren't maybe too many vendors there, but the ones that were there were actually true quality. The stuff they had was really, really nice stuff. I also want to take the time to say thanks to Tom. I appreciate it, Tom. When I have a question, doesn't matter when I call, you answer the phone. And one thing that does make that easier is the mayor opening it up for us when we have a question to be able to call any one of the department heads at any time. It's a pain trying to call here to get a hold of the mayor to beg for permission to call somebody, because first he wants to know what question do you have, and the trust that we have here to just go get your answer so we can keep these meetings moving at a timely pace is greatly appreciated. So thank you, and as well, I hope everybody has a happy Mother's Day.
All right, Mr. Dewey.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming out and spending a couple hours with us. And happy Mother's Day, and I'll see you at the next meeting.
All right, Charles.
Yeah. Just a general happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Brings me to mind that I lost my mother 3 years ago to long-term dementia, and you still feel it even 3 years later. So, to all the mothers out there, thank you for taking care of your kids.
Thank you, Charles. Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Want to just piggyback on a little bit of what the mayor said. Appreciate what our township employees do. It seems like it's a no-win situation. If they were out riding around, then they get blamed for out riding around all the time. But instead they're out fixing what they can and answering the questions when people call and say, hey, I have a problem here, I have a problem there. They get addressed. They can't be everywhere all the time. We don't have that many employees, so we do what we can, and I think they do a fine job. And there's always room for improvement in anything. Like I said, even up here with us council guys, I'm always trying to improve and do better. But give our employees a thank you and an attaboy, because I see a lot of things getting fixed and repaired around here. You know, and when people do, you know, come in with a problem, they get addressed very quickly. Yeah, just let's stay positive. The farmers market I wasn't able to attend this weekend, but I'll be at the next one. But I heard nothing but good things about it, and it's going to only get better. You know, a lot of people involved in that. You know, public works, you know, rec department, economic development. I know environmental committee and community clean communities had a little something to do with it to help with it, and a lot of people behind the scenes that I'm surely not mentioning, but they all deserve an attaboy. You know, this is the kind of things we want to keep seeing here in town. Work on the good things, forget about the bad. You know, that's all I can say. And have a happy Mother's Day. Thank you. See you at the next meeting. Looking for a motion.
Motion adjourned.